This is a little preface to today's episode. I did not have a lot of content, so the actual episode is kind of short. I have thrown in a few clips of things that happened this week that I took a little bit of video of, so hopefully you enjoy it, and don't get irritated at me with all the jumping around, please. Okay. Anyway, enjoy today's episode. Thanks. Good morning. I am Megan. I am the creator behind Little Fish Stitches. I am coming to you on Saturday, the 27th of May, and it's about 10:30 in the morning. I have a few places where you can find me. I do have a Facebook page for my business, which is Little Fish Stitches. I'm sure if you look it up on Facebook, you'll find it. And then I'm also Little Fish Stitches on Instagram, and then also Little Fish Stitches minus the E in Stitches on Ravelry, because my name was too long, so I had to leave a letter out. So before I get down to business, I would like to say thank you to Emily. She has a podcast called Down the Hobbit Hole, and she gave me a shout out last week. Well, not this past one she came out with, but oh dear Lord, the dog is in here. Bella, go away. Go away. Her water dish is back in the corner. Anyway, Emily, she gave me a shout out on her podcast. And I just wanted to say thank you, Emily. I really appreciated that. It kind of surprised me. I had no idea you were doing that. And as you know, I watch your podcast, so you surprised me. Thank you. And then thank you to people who have given me some very nice comments on YouTube. Those of you who are watching me and taking the time to comment, I really appreciate that. It encourages me to keep going. So today it's kind of a busy day today, so I'm trying to get this done first thing in the morning. As you noticed, I'm not in my same location. I am downstairs in probably the best lit room in the house we have. So off to my right, your left, I guess, is some big French doors that go out to our backyard. So there's plenty of light. Upstairs I have fake lighting because there's zero natural light, so you just have to make do. But yes, as I said, today is a busy day. I am at 1 o'clock going to the wedding of a couple of friends of mine, who, the young man that's getting married, he lived with my parents for 9 months while he did a internship program at our church, and so we got to know him pretty well. And obviously he actually works at our church now, and he's the youth pastor. So my son, who's 13, goes to youth group, and Tyler is my son's leader. So anyway, Tyler is getting married, and his bride-to-be, Jory, is such a sweetie. She's actually modeled. If you look on my Etsy shop, you'll see pictures of Jory. She was my model for my aprons that I sell on there. But anyway, I want to show you a little something I made for them, if I can do it without knocking things over and making a mess. So, on occasion, usually it's weddings, sometimes anniversaries, I make signs for people. So this is the sign that I made for Tyler and Jory. Ooh. Let's see. Yeah. So they're getting married today. Congratulations, Tyler, and congratulations, Jory. I'm so happy for you guys. Okay, hey, back over here. I don't think they watch my podcast, but I'm going to congratulate them anyway. So next up on my list of things, so that's obviously not my normal crafty thing, but it's something I can do. I've made probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 of those signs like that for various weddings over the past year, and one for my parents who had their 40th anniversary this past December. Yes, so I'm gonna go to a section that I like to call, I came up with this term this week, pod stalking, as in I'm a stalker. I kind of lurk. I don't say things on people's podcasts. I don't make any comments or anything. I'm not a big commenter. But anyway, so Emily, who I mentioned earlier, I have watched every single episode that she's put out. I really like her nerdy style. Her podcast is called Down the Hobbit Hole. She's got a fun knit along going right now that I think she's calling it the There and Back Again Cal. It has to do with tracking your mileage as you walk, but also having a themed, like Lord of the Rings themed knit to go with it. And but you can check her podcast for more details. And then a couple podcasts that I've been watching a lot of this week were Eric of Sticks Plus Twine. I've been watching him. I find it interesting to get a male perspective on knitting. It's fun. I really enjoyed watching him, and also his nerdiness too, his geekiness, loving Star Wars and stuff. So, and then Laura of the Dyer's Notebook. I've been watching her a lot. I find that I'm a dyer. And though I'm so new to it, and she's so experienced, and obviously she went to school for that kind of thing. I find it really interesting to watch and get some good tips from her, and just learn. It's a really good podcast if you're interested in learning a little bit more about dyeing. So that's not all the podcasts I've been watching this week, because I am lucky enough to work at home where I get to watch podcasts all day long if I want. So I do quite often. I think I want to show you a few finished objects. These are from the archives. In fact, I had to tell my husband to bring one home from work that he keeps at his office. I have, in the past, I do a little bit of crochet, not too often, but every now and then the bug hits me, and I do a little bit of amigurumi. So this is the one that I made for my husband, and you're gonna laugh because he put a little umbrella toothpick thing in it. But this is Link from the video game Legend of Zelda. Yes, that's it. I'm not a gamer, but I know this is one that he likes. So he was gone on a trip one time for work, and he came home to this as a little welcome home gift. So he keeps it in his office, and this guy's funny. His head pops off, but that's the way he was designed, I guess. So anyway, so there he is. His head can turn whichever way. So, and then this one, I didn't quite turn out how I wanted it to, but it was a free pattern, and so this is R2-D2, and this thing in the bottom is supposed to prop him up or whatever it is. It just looks weird, but anyway, the main body of R2-D2 looks pretty good. So, sorry, I'm still getting over that cold that my husband so lovingly shared with me. So this belongs to my 13-year-old son, and it was a request from him to have that made. And then this one, this is Wicket, and this is a Star Wars creature, in case you were not aware of that. But this belongs to my 7-year-old son, and he packed this thing around for the first 6 months everywhere after I made it. So anyway, I will have to link the patterns that I used for these, because I have a lurker again. It's the owner of this. So I will have to, I will have to link the patterns, because I forgot to grab them before I sat down, because I was kind of in a rush this morning. I got myself all dolled up for the wedding and then came to do this podcast. So, and then the last two, they're kind of the same thing. I'm trying to keep them out of the shot here for a second. These are knitted, not amigurumi. These are knitted. And again, I will have to look up the pattern because why on earth would I have it with me when I need it? So, woo, these are Daleks. These are big, stuffy Daleks. As you probably saw on, I think it was last week's episode, I am a big fan of Doctor Who, which also means my boys are big fans of Doctor Who. So they love their Daleks. I made these a couple years ago now. Actually, I think Connor was 4 when I made it. 4 or 5, and he's almost 8, so it's been a few years. So these can go back up here. There we go. Daleks in the background. They're gonna get me. Ah. So that's all I have right now for finished objects. But that's I've been busy this week. Work has been busy, and then I've been doing a lot of knitting, although it kind of doesn't feel like it. But Connor, you want Wicket back now?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. He was begging me earlier to give it back to him, so okay, so this is works in progress. Woohoo, whips. So let's see here. Pull this needle thing off because it's always very clanky. I had to go to Olympia with my son earlier this week. It was on Tuesday because his cross-country team made it to districts. So, sorry, I'm looking down to untangle my yarn here. So, I have made a good amount of progress because sitting on the bleachers for a couple hours at a time, okay, I'm going to hold it right side up here. Here we go. Da, 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 da. I've added about, I think I've added about 3 rows of stripes. So about a little over 30 rows I've done since I last showed this on the podcast a couple weeks ago. My first episode, since this is obviously only episode 3. Anyway, so yes, I'm making progress on this, and this is a pattern with no name because it's a test knit. And as far as I know, it still hasn't got a name. So, yeah, so that one is making progress. Yay! And then, let's see here, what am I working on next? Okay, spoiler alert. Not that it's going to be too much of a spoiler alert because people are already moving on to step 3. I am working on, not even completed, step 2 of Joji Locatelli's Mystery Knit Along for the starting point wrap. No, go away. And so, sorry, kids, you know, they like to get in the picture. So, do I have this the right way? Nope, I don't have it the right way. Sorry. So, this is only about halfway through step 2 of the, and you can see my other one all bunched up on the same cord here. But, yeah, I'm making progress on this, so, yeah, that's my second work in progress. And, I worked on it a lot on Monday when I was at my job that allows me to knit all day long. There were 0 phone calls on Monday. Oh my gosh, it was a long day. And then I have 2 more I'm going to show you. The dog's over there getting her tennis ball out from under the TV cabinet. Woohoo! Tennis ball. So this one is a sock. And it's a test knit sock. And I am not quite sure why I decided to do another test knit. But I really, really like the sock pattern. It's called Kings County sock. And it's a beautiful cabled sock. And I am doing it in this color, which is, yeah, that's pretty true to color there. It's a Cascade Heritage sock. And it's like a goldenrod color. I wouldn't call it quite mustardy. So it's a nice happy yellow. So anyway, this is how far I've gotten. It's not going to focus very well. Come Apparently my flowers on my top are more interesting than the sock, so anyway, well, you can see it pretty good there. You can't see a whole lot of the pattern yet because obviously I haven't made a lot of progress and I'm doing this one at a time. And it looks really tiny, but this cuff is a doubled over, it's a folded cuff, so that's something I've never done before. That was really interesting to do. So I'm hoping that these fit me. I only have to get one done in order to, and I have to do it by June 7th, in order for it to get into the test knit pictures. So for the, oh, and what's the designer's name? I follow her on Facebook. Not Facebook, Instagram. My brain, I don't know. It's on here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Nope, I'll have to link it in those show notes later. Okay, so that's that one. And then the last one is my own design. And it doesn't look like much, but it's a lot in my head. So right now, this is the back side, which is the... Oh, you can hear the dog grunting back there probably. She wants to go O-U-T-S-I-D-E because the door is right there, but I'm not getting up right now. So anyway, so this yarn that I'm using. Okay, so I had to take a little break because my husband needed to make noise in the kitchen for a bit. So anyway, I am designing a shawl and I have frogged it and restarted, I don't know how many times now, 7 or 8. And, you know, I've made a good amount of progress and tear it out because I don't like how it's looking. So I've decided to make some major changes, but this is what I've got at the moment. And right now it's just some eyelet in stockinette, my brain. But this yarn that I'm using is Malabrigo sock in the Diana colorway, and got some really, really pretty lace planned for the next section. So I am hoping that this run is the final run because I'm getting a little frustrated. So that is all my works in progress. Oh, I forgot. I brought over one more finished object. So, let me grab it. It's behind me. I think I'm pretty sure I have not shown this on here before. This is my fireside, something side shawl. Ooh, it's so long. By Alicia Plummer. And I made this last summer. And I just got a text. Hang on. I had to get it out of my view. I couldn't see anything. Yeah, so it's I don't wear it a lot because it's 100% wool and it's kind of scratchy. I have this problem where I seem to pick scratchy wool, but I like the color, so I wear it every now and then, but usually only when it's something I can not have too close to my skin. Yes. All right, now those are complete. Moving on to acquisitions, and it just flashed a little bit, but I wanted to show you. I'm doing a wool swap, so I picked up one for my wool swap partner, and then I got one for myself. This is my first Lolo Did It yarn. This is the Pretty Little Zombies colorway, and it is just amazing. I love it. I'm so excited. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. And then for some project bags, I am doing a little Doctor Who line. I'm such a dork. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Daleks. Daleks. Yep. So, I picked these up this week in Olympia. And yeah, that's all. I acquired fabric and 1 skein of yarn. That's not all I acquired. I have to show you these because my favorite kind of shoe are Converse tennis shoes. So I went into my local Ross store this week and looking for a dress for an event that's next weekend. And looked in the shoe section, and then somehow these hopped in my arms and came home with me. Can you see why? These are awesome. I love them. Ah! And of course it's going to be 80 degrees out today and I can't wear them. So anyway, I'm looking at my show notes, sorry. I do have some things lined up for the needles. I have some Shibui lunar lace weight yarn, and I showed it last time, I think, from my stash. I picked up one more of those that should have been in my acquisitions. I picked up one more of the purple one that I had, Imperial, and I'm going to do the Whiteout Shawl by Melanie Berg, but it's got to wait for a while because I have quite a few projects to finish. So 2 sweaters among them. Yeah, a couple pairs of socks. Gotta stop adding projects. And then this past Christmas I decided I'm going to make new stockings for my entire family. I got one done right before Christmas for my youngest son Connor, and then I need to start on the other 3 so we can have them for Christmas because I got rid of the old stockings. So I'm going to be doing the Star Stocking by Mimi Cod for the next one. So yes, that is my notes for today. Oops, I just hit the tripod. So it's a little bit of a short show today because I am on my way. Phone call, people, come on. Yes, it's a busy day. Wedding today, baby shower tomorrow. Life is crazy. So, I will put everything in my show notes that I mentioned and hopefully get this uploaded this evening or sometime tomorrow. Have a good week and don't melt out there if you're where I'm at and it's getting to be above 75, 80 degrees. Have a good week. Happy knitting. Bye. Post-wedding, it was outdoors. Look how red my nose is. Oh my gosh. It was a beautiful wedding though. Here I am. Just took my makeup off. But anyway, here's a little video I made of the TARDIS mug that I was given for Mother's Day. And I found it amusing, so I had to put it on. There you go. TARDIS mug that I got for Mother's Day. Let's see here. I'm going to pour my coffee into it. It's supposed to change the TARDIS from one side to the other. It's supposed to disappear from this side and go on to the other. It looks kind of see-through now. Oh, look at that. Sit up here and get over here. There she comes. Oh my goodness, the things that amuse me.
What, things that change in the heat?
Yes. And Doctor Who. Because Doctor Who's ridiculous, but you know I love it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, my opinion on track meets. See this, guys? This is a track meet. Dullness. Completely bored. Knitting in hand. Okay, here's a video about what I do for a living because, I don't know, maybe somebody's interested, but it's not much. It's just showing a little bit of what I actually do at home. So here you go. Sorry about all the wobbling. I'm holding this with my hands.
We're going to make it a
Good morning. I am working this morning, and as you can see, got my glasses, no contacts, no makeup.
So there is going to be a prize.
Looking lovely this morning. I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I do for a living, working from home. And as you can see, I always have the grocery girls on on my TV. Well, not always the grocery girls. Always a knitting podcast, though. Yeah, because I love them. So anyway, today is the grocery girls. So I'm going to be making a small wrap, which is already cut and ready to go. So here we go. And sorry for the noise. This is a very noisy machine.
Is going to be part of a prize as well. You'll get the yarn and the zings, and it's most likely going to be paired with something else. But we are going to do our own test drive of zings. We've each chosen to keep a needle for ourselves. Dying to try it. There's no rules. I have a feeling I'm going to like them a lot. Well, they feel light as a
Just brought my scissors. Awesome.
I love trying new needles. So they're metal, huh? Thank you. They're aluminum, it looks like.
All right. Perfect. Retrieving scissors. Oof.
Yeah, and the cool things with these needles, the gold color is always 2.25 millimeters. Oh, see, I so like whether that. It's DPN or the circulars,
it's all bound, ready to put a gel in,
That's
and going to do my last little finishing bit over on my other machine.
Thank you guys so much.
That's it, guys. Okay, that's my show today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you sticking it out to the end, even with my crazy little clips and stuff. So, and putting up with me with no makeup. Yeah, especially that work clip. That was lovely. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you next week. Have a great time knitting or sewing or crocheting or whatever it is you do. Be crafty. Yes.